Today's true crime revolves around three killers who try to use sleepwalking as their defense in court. So for those fascinated by true crime, mysteries, and the paranormal, you found your haven. This channel is dedicated to exploring such stories with new content uploaded 3 times a week at least. So if you're intrigued, please consider liking and subscribing to support my channel's growth. Now let's dive into today's gripping stories. It was 1987, and Kenneth Parks was your typical family man, deeply devoted to his infant daughter. But Kenneth, unlike most, had a hidden struggle, a well-documented battle with parasomnia, these strange, almost haunting sleep disorders where reality and dreams blur in the darkest of ways. Kenneth's life was crumbling under a secret burden, a gambling addiction. It consumed him, dragged him down a path where he began siphoning off the family's life savings, and even embezzling money at work. Now, by March 1987, his secret was out. He got caught red-handed and lost his job. In a twist of hope, he started attending Gamblers Anonymous meetings in May. He planned to come clean to his in-laws about everything, the addiction, the theft, his demons. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. On the morning of May 24th, something happened. Kenneth drove his truck from Pickering, Ontario to his in-laws' house in the Golden Horseshoe region of Greater Toronto, a journey which is about 14 miles. But this was no ordinary visit. He broke into their house and in a violent frenzy, he attacked them. His mother-in-law, Barbara Woods, was killed, battered and stabbed in her own bed. His father-in-law barely survived the same brutal fate. After the attack, Kenneth, confused and disoriented, he drove himself to the police station. His words to the desk sergeant were chilling. "I think I have killed somebody. With my hands." In court, Kenneth's defense was as bizarre as the incident itself. He claimed he was asleep through it all. The drive, the attack, even his arrival at the police station. No one believed him at first. But as experts delved into the depths of his sleep disorders, the pieces started to fall into place. EEG readings showed abnormal brain activity. There was no clear motive for his attack. Kenneth's story never wavered, even under intense police interrogation. The trial, it lasted 3 weeks. The jury faced a tough decision, but they eventually acquitted Kenneth. They believed he wasn't conscious during the attack. The Canadian Supreme Court later upheld his verdict. Today, Kenneth Parks is a school governor, a father of 6, living a similarly normal life. He even repaid the $30,000 he stole. But the shadow that every night never fully lifted. There are whispers and doubts, which some still wonder, did Kenneth get away with murder? What do you think? Our second story takes place in 2010. North Carolina was gripped by a case that defied belief. Joseph Mitchell stood accused of a heinous act, a father turning on his own children. The jury's verdict? Not guilty of murder and attempted murder. But here's the twist. Their decision was shrouded in controversy and a sense of helpless constraint. It all began in September 2010. On a night that seemed ripped straight from a horror story, Mitchell, masked as if for Halloween, strangled his 4-year-old son Blake. He didn't stop there. He went after his 2 older children, Alexis, 13 years old, and Devin, 10. A chilling family tragedy, unfolding in the dead of the night. At his trial, a desperate picture was painted. Mitchell, drowning in financial troubles, was accused by the prosecution of letting his stress spill over into violence. His surviving children, Alexis and Devin, took the stand. Their testimony was heart-wrenching. They had fought off their own father as he attacked them after strangling their younger brother. Alexis' words cast doubt on Mitchell's defense. She claimed he recognized him, contradicting his claims of unawareness. The defense argued a different angle. Non-REM parasomnia, a sleep disorder leading to unconscious actions. But the prosecution's psychologist was adamant. Mitchell knew what he was doing. There was no mental condition clouding his awareness. The trial lasted 1 month. It ended swiftly with the jury's verdict. Less than 4 hours of deliberation, and Mitchell was found not guilty. But the drama didn't end there. The courtroom became a scene of raw emotion. Christine Perloni, the mother of the murdered boy, collapsed in despair. Her agony was palpable as she was wheeled out on a stretcher. Her cries echoed through the room. I failed, I couldn't save him. Then came the jury's bombshell revelation. Frustration and guilt poured out. They felt trapped by the jury's limitations. It was either murder or innocence, no middle ground or manslaughter. One jury's words resonated deeply. He got away with it. But don't blame the jury, we had no choice. 4 years later, Joseph Mitchell walked free, leaving a community, a family, and a jury grappling with a verdict that left more questions than answer. Our third story, Steve Reitz. A tale is a stark contrast to the previous stories. A grim reminder that not all defenses hold up in the face of overwhelming evidence. Now, back in 2001, Reitz, a 20-year-old fisherman from San Diego, found himself entangled in a nightmarish scenario. He and Eva Marie Weinfurter, a 42-year-old jewelry artist, also from San Diego, had been seeing each other for 10 months. But they decided to take a breakaway, a weekend getaway. But this trip took a dark turn. Reitz woke up to a horror scene. Eva's lifeless body at the foot of their bed. He told the police it was all a terrible accident, a dream gone wrong. He thought he was fighting an intruder, not the woman he was with. His confession also included drinking and using cocaine. 3 years later, the jury painted a gruesome picture. The prosecution argued that Reitz attacked Eva with a flower pot, cracking her skull, and then continued assault in a frenzy culminating in a stab wound to her neck. The defense pointed to Reitz's troubled past, his mental struggles, and bipolar disorder. They argued the possibility of a violent act committed in sleep. His lawyers, Theo Vigenes, firmly believed in the defense, backed by expert opinions. But the jury wasn't convinced. Oh no. They saw the brutal nature of the crime as incompatible with a sleepwalking defense. Juror Tom Mahoney summed it up. You could do a few things sleepwalking, but not all of that. It was a brutal murder. The verdict was unanimous. Guilty of murder. The jury noted the ferocity of the attack, combined with Reitz's history of violence and previous bruises seen on Eva, painted a clear picture. Eva had ignored her warnings about Reitz, a decision that had tragic consequences. Steve Reitz received his sentence, a minimum of 26 years behind bars. A stark reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable defense is just that, unbelievable. Well, that wraps up today's episode. If you enjoyed today's stories and found it valuable, please don't forget to hit that like button. Also consider subscribing to my channel and activate all notifications to ensure you don't miss any future uploads. Your support means a lot. Until next time, take care and see you soon.